listen. Okay? Okay, Cap, clearance pa? Okay. So before we start our island hopping activities, I would like to know, are you all in good condition? No any health problems that experiencing like headache, dizziness, stomach ache, hypertension, weak heart, or any diabetic person here? Are you all good?
Yes.
Are you all good? Yes. Good. Is there anyone here has an allergy on seafoods?
No allergy.
No. Any vegetarian here? No. Anyone here doesn't eat pork or chicken? Okay, that's good to know. Now, for those of you who rented the mask and snorkels, please make sure that you take good care of it. For those of you who rented it, please make sure that you take good care of it, because if the mask and snorkel is lost or damaged, unintentional or intentional, the booking office will charge you 1,500. I don't want you to be charged like that, okay? Again, good morning and mabuhay. My name is Ellery, but you can call me Ellie or Larry for short, and I'm gonna be your guide for today. And these are my companions. That is my co-tour guide, Manuel, over there. And there's our companions, Captain Alpi, Papa, our cook, and Chris. Okay, now, we're going to do tour 8 for today. We have 5 destinations, and on every stop we have 30 to 40 minutes, and then after that, we need to get back in the boat so we can proceed to our next destination. Remember, now, as one of your guides, it is my duties and responsibilities to inform you about the rules and regulation of our island hopping trip. Kap, sikretagon muna tayo. First rule, please do not throw any rubbish or garbage or basura in the water or in the beach area. You can put all your rubbish or basura here. Second, do not touch anything under the water. Avoid being wounded by corals, because even though you're not a diabetic person, if you've been wounded by corals, it takes time before it heals. It's because of the organism called polyps. You can touch the boat captain, the helpers, and my co-tour guide, but please do not touch anything under the water. Okay? Now, third, stepping on the corals is not allowed, because unknown to some of you, corals are live animals and they grew 1 centimeter every year. So imagine if you stepped or broke some of it. The fourth one is, if you have an underwater camera or GoPro, you can take photos or videos of any marine life that you can see under the water, but please avoid chasing or stressing them. The fifth one, this is my most favorite of all. We are not allowed to take anything, including sands, seashells, stones, animals, dead or alive, as a souvenir. Because a thing that could form for 1,000 years can be destroyed and ruined by humans by seconds. Now, if some of you might still insist to take something without my knowledge, congratulations and good luck for planning to do that. Why? It's gonna be a very big problem and risk for each one of you. Because if you reach Puerto Princesa or any airports here in Palawan, and the authority sees the following things that I mentioned inside your bag or in your luggage, and you don't have any official receipt to prove that you purchased that on a legitimate souvenir shop, they will question you. After that, they will confiscate that, and then they will fine you 20,000 pesos or 20 mil. It's not a joke. Okay? So take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time, bring nothing but memories. Okay? I would like to know also, are you all good swimmers? Who are non-good swimmers? Please raise your hand. People that doesn't know how to swim, please raise your hand. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Thank you very much for telling me, because I don't know how to swim also. Just kidding. Well, to avoid the unnecessary situation, always follow my safety precaution. Let us make our island hopping a memorable one, not as a tragic one. For non-good swimmers like me, don't you worry, don't be afraid. If some of us might get drowned after 24 hours, we will float with a bloated stomach. So someone can still recover us. And I'm really very sorry if I talk too much, but it's part of my job as a guide to talk every day. And I always say this, the reason why I quit my job as a teacher in Manila I don't like talking and lecturing inside the classroom, but here, it's like I'm doing a field trip every day. So just to give you some information dito here. Did you know that before this place was called El Nido, the real name of this place was called Talindac, or meaning small village. And when the Spaniards came, it turned out to be a small municipality of Taytay, and it was known and called as the El Bacuit. The reason why it was called El Bacuit, because most of the people in Taytay during the Spanish era evacuated here. Then, in 1954, a presidential decree was been signed, and the town of El Bacuit was changed and called to El Nido. It's because of the edible bird's nest. It's very common here. It's a type of bird called sweetlets. They made their nest with their own saliva. Now, El Nido is a peninsula, and the islands here in the whole Bacuit Bay are composed of 65 islands and 255 beaches. So this is the whole Bacuit Bay, and the maximum depth of the whole Bacuit Bay is 40 meters or 40 metros. And on the west side, it's much more deeper anymore. It's much more deeper because the depth of the sea are divided and classified into 5 categories. We have sunlight zone, twilight zone, midnight zone, abyssal zone, the halo zone. The most deepest part is the halo zone. No life forms can find there except black smokers and mussels. Most of the life forms, you can find it and see it in the sunlight zone area. And each of the rocks formations that you're looking right now, they are not ordinary stones, they're called limestones. And limestones are sedimentary rocks, and their components is calcium carbonate, and proven by science millions of years ago, they were once corals and submerged under the water. And according to some energy science experts also, if a place is rich in limestones, it is an indication that it is also rich in natural gas. So as you can see, Malampaya and Spratly Islands is only 8 hours away from here by boat. That is the West Philippine Sea. If you go straight there, you'll go to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and China. And even though all of these rock formations are non-living things, they grew 1 centimeter every year. Why? Because the tectonic plate is pushing the Sunda plate, and the Sunda plate is pushing them upward. The reason why Palawan was called as the last frontier. This is the most safest place in the whole Philippines. This is part of Western Luzon, not Visayas or Mindanao. No volcanic activity, no earthquake of all time. But as time goes by, all of these limestones will erode because the number one enemy or destroyer of calcium carbonate is rainwater, and rainwater contains acid. And before it was called Palawan, the ancient Chinese people used to call the whole islands of Palawan as Palauyu, meaning the beautiful island. For the Spaniards, they call it Paragua. So Palawan is derived from the word Palauyu, meaning the beautiful island. And over there, one of the beautiful beaches here in El Nido, that's 5 kilometers away from the main town. That place is good for sunset viewing. We call that the Las Cabañas or Marinegmeg, but right now it is known now as Manila Beach. And the reason why it was called Las Cabañas, it's because Las Cabañas was the first resort that was being established in that area. Okay? And we have there the Pinagbuyutan or the Lovers Island, or another term for English, the Sex Island. Why? It's a fact, even though it's funny. Because during the conservative era there in the town of El Nido, that is the dating place for most of the lovers in the town. So I'm 100% sure that the population of El Nido was made from that island a very long time ago. Because before it was called Pinagbuyutan, they called that the Pinagbuyutan Island. And it's a fact. And we have there, on the right side, the Lagen Island or Langin, because the area of that island over there is like a native oven or kalan. And on the left, we have there the Malapacao or